ABS-CBN Sports proudly presents
Mariano the steal, Mariano the slam, and Uste now into
teamwork,
they're looking to break that streak today. Ball right back up.
heart,
Javier, three. Oh, what a shot!
focus,
Then gets the press screen. Barks puts it down on AVO.
power,
Venus Moreno may bola. Maagawan. Oh, what a move!
instinct,
Revilla goes to his right. Revilla puts it up. Down!
confidence,
Rivera, all the way! Posterizes Garilla!
pride,
Torres, Rondial tries to tip it to himself. He gets it back. Rondial gets it up again.
excitement. UAAP Season 76. Greatness never ends.
Tapos, from the elbow, Looper doesn't work. Andrada keeping it to himself. Andrada goes to the other side over Greg Slaughter.
What confidence there.
Deng sets up Vosotres for three. Yes! Biggest lead of the ball game for DLSU. Ravenna leading the break. Gives it up to Chokson. Yes! We are tied once again from 11 points down.
49-38. And they started jacking up threes.
Ravenna
Now
bang!
he's feeling it. He is on fire.
And the lead goes to Ateneo 58-55. Deng. They want Vosotres to get the ball, but it is Deng. Deng drives, loses the ball. Ateneo possession with 3.4 seconds remaining. That's it. That's it. As Ateneo marches to the finals. Buenafit looking to shoot.
Another one.
Gets it to go.
Thomas Torres baseline drive.
Newsom creates.
Oh, what a move.
Vosotres for three.
From the Mall of Asia Arena, UAAP Season 76.
Good afternoon from the Mall of Asia Arena in Pasay City. We are continuing our live and exclusive coverage of UAP Season 76. Greatness never ends. Studio 23, we're broadcasting live there, and of course in high definition, Pulse HD 167 and on worldwide via the Filipino channel. And up ahead is the first meeting between bitter rivals Ateneo de Manila University and De La Salle University. That is after the first game, which happened earlier, where FEU beat UP. ABS-CBN Sports giving you this one alongside TJ Manotok. I'm Boom Gonzalez. Bumabati po sa inyo ng magandang hapon at mabuhay. Maraming salamat sa inyong pagtutok dito po sa UAAP. Kasama rin natin si Ina Ongsiaco, who represents DLSU, and of course Selena Dagdag, who represents Ateneo de Manila University, and we'll talk to them and pick their brains a little later. Girls, good to see you. Thanks for joining us, everybody. Greatness never ends, they say about Season 76, TJ. The drama also hasn't ended here. We're 5 days into the season. We've had 2 come-from-behind games. We've had 2 overtime games. We had a 4-point play to win a game yesterday.
Wow.
And then we are treated to Ateneo La Salle right away.
What a treat. What a treat to get this one this early, and with everything that has happened so far. As you said, I didn't realize 5 days into the season.
Yeah, 5 plays.
And
This
so
is the
much
5th
has
game day.
happened. So much drama in and out of the court as well. From controversies to injuries, you name it, we've had it for you so far.
All right, let's look at the team standings. And you saw in our primer earlier, TJ, the unfamiliar situation or territory that Ateneo is in right now. It's been a while for Ateneo. Winless after back-to-back losses, off to its worst start since the 2003 season. It's also the first time since 2007 that the Eagles have suffered 2 straight losses and are looking at a specter of, or staring at the 0-3 possibility if LaSalle wins today, who, by the way, bagged their first win against UP the last time out.
And, you know, we were talking about this off the air. The last time 0-3 happened to Ateneo was when I was a freshman in college, 1994. Okay, showing my age. It's been quite a while. But here's the thing. Ateneo, you know, there is that pressure. One, for the new coach, Coach Bo Perasol. Imagine he hasn't tasted his first win in the UAP with this new team. The possibility of going down 0-3. But in my view, it shouldn't be about the numbers. It should be about the quality of the game. Because considering the fact that it's really tough to win without your main star, Kiefer Ravenna, it's a big, big challenge for them. They were not able to prepare for this, you know, inevitability that happened when he injured himself before the season started. As for LaSalle, they bounced back very well. They had a tough opening game against USC. They lost it in overtime, and then they bounced back with some major changes against UP. They did a lot of tinkering with their lineup. We'll talk about more about that later on, but it looks like they're a confident bunch right now, and you couldn't have asked for anything better for momentum for LaSalle going up against Ateneo today.
All right, that is the game for today. We'll talk more about it when we come back here on Studio 23. Round 1 encounter of the rivals Ateneo versus LaSalle here at the Mall of Asia Arena in Pasay City. All right, as we mentioned earlier at the start of the coverage, LaSalle has broken into the win column, 1-1, their win against UP, and Ateneo still searching for their very first win. Some dire moments for them, but there is some good news, and that is other players stepping up in the absence of Kiefer Ravenna. And I say this, TJ, because in game number 1, they looked confused with Kiefer Ravenna in and out. They prepared without him, and then he played. But in game number 2, they looked a little better, a little more cohesive. And guys like Ryan Buenafe and Chris Newsome were able to do a little bit of the damage, just came up a little bit short against FEU.
Well, they were huge in that ball game against FEU, which they lost in overtime, and you know, pretty much were in it all the way. But looking at the numbers they produced, both these guys were phenomenal on the court. First of all, talk about the rookie, the first-year player Newsome, 17 big points, and add to that 7 rebounds. And, you know, we read, you know, some people who've liked the way he's played for Ateneo, they like his versatility. That he can do it from the inside, from the outside, he can rebound, he can run. He can do many things, even though he's an undersized 4 guy. For Ryan Buenafe, were we saying this was his career high? It was, right? His career high?
Yes, that's right.
29 points. Add to that, 15 rebounds, and the epitome of hustle was what Ryan Buenafe was in that game, and it shocked a lot of people with the way he was all over the court grabbing those rebounds. Last year, he averaged only 2.5 rebounds per game. And in three-point shooting, to add to those 29 points, he was 5 out of 12 last year, and years past, he's been averaging 17%.
Yes. And you also looking at the 2 best rebounders of the team so far, averaging 10.5 for that guy, Ryan Buenafe, and the partner, Chris Newsome, at 8.5. So they're doing a lot of the heavy lifting for Ateneo as we bring in Selena Dagdag into this conversation. And Selena, I'm sure Coach Bo Perasol very happy with the fact that these guys are stepping up. Talk about that, and also talk about the whole Kiefer Ravenna situation and how they have prepared, for everybody knows the absence of Kiefer Ravenna today.
Well, Boom and TJ, when I got the opportunity to speak to Coach Bo in yesterday's practice, he did commend a prolific tandem that went on between Newsome and Buenafe. But on top of that, he commends the entire team for showing such good potential over the course of the past few games. Today, we would continuously battle it out without Kiefer Ravenna at our helm, but Coach still remains positive and confident simply because he knows that the team is more adjusted now than ever before. Dagdag pa ni Coach that the absence of Kiefer should serve as an inspiration and as an opportunity for everybody else to step up. Lastly, we enter into our game against LaSalle today, and Coach said that the boys are at their hungriest. Not just because we're battling it out with our arch rivals, but because that overtime loss against FEU was very tough for the team. So that matchup did not dishearten the boys. In fact, it made them hungrier to win today's game. Boom and TJ.
Thank you very much, Selena. I bet they're hungrier because those are 2 teams, 2 losses, right? By the way, they tried to come from behind in those two games against the last two teams that they were up against. So it's pretty tough for them. Nauubusan sila sa dulo, and they haven't shown up with a win here, and they're looking for win number 1 against their arch rivals, LaSalle, whom we are going to talk about when we come back after this short break. It's Ateneo versus DLSU Day today here at the Mall of Asia Arena on a Sunday. We're live here on Studio 23. Boom Gonzalez, TJ Manotok. Earlier on, we talked about Ateneo and some of the stuff that we want to focus on coming into this game. Let's shift our attention to the 1-1 DLSU archers. TJ, well, we talked about the tandem of Newsome and Buenafe earlier. How about we talk about Jeron Teng and the rookie, the Minnesota native Perkins, who has delivered well, showed a lot of promise in the offseason, and now is delivering on that promise here in the main season of the UAAP.
Exactly. Well, looking at the numbers that they both put up in that game, their bounce-back win against UP, you saw Jeron Teng with 20 points. He also dished out, got 2 rebounds. But look at Perkins. He had 20 points, 14 of them in the second half. And more than that, 13 big rebounds. He upped his rebounding numbers. He already had a good outing, as you said, in the first game. 13 points and 9 rebounds in that overtime loss against UST. But talk about what he's been able to do. And 13 rebounds in the amount of time that he's got on the floor was a big thing for this guy. He's small, he's wide, and he knows how to use it. I mean, he's got some good lateral skills. He's got some great basketball IQ on the court. And if DLSU can figure out how to really make these two guys play well together, you know, because Perkins, we're seeing a lot of his points come in second chance opportunities from the hustle plays and when they kick it out because he's got a good mid-range shot. But if they can figure out how to play well together, there were a few times that Jeron drove and passed off to Perkins because he did have 4 assists in that game as well. They can be even much better when these two can be deadly together.
And here's the thing about Perkins too, he is shooting almost at 60% from the floor in those 2 games. Personally, I want to see him go up against Ryan Buenafe today. There were some good sequences in the Phil Oil preseason league against each other, so it'll be highly entertaining to see those 2 wide bodies go at it today. All right, let's talk to Ina Ongsiaco, who reports for DLSU. And Ina, let's not talk about them first. Let's talk about your coach, Coach Juno Soler. Must be really happy that he got that out of the way. That proverbial first win in the UAAP. Tell us about how he was and how he was able to pull it off against UP.
Well, Boom, there was indeed a huge difference in the way the De La Salle Green Archers played from their opening day game to their game against UP. But despite this, the difference in their game did not come from any adjustments that head coach Juno Soler made. In fact, Coach Juno admits that he did not make any adjustments at all from their loss to UST to their win against UP. And still, he says that he will not make any adjustments in preparation for today's game against the Ateneo Blue Eagles. Rather, he insists that these improvements come from constant hard work and practice, and simply building on what they've been doing the past weeks. In order to further explain this, Coach Juno just said that the more the boys practice, let's say their free throws, the easier it will be for them to execute on the spot. And boom, that's exactly what happened last Wednesday, and hopefully that'll be what will happen again today.
Interesting that you point out the free throws. Your team is second to the last in that department, but we'll talk about that later. Ina, I'm curious because in the game against UP, LA Revilla did not play. What is the status? What is the word for today's game against Ateneo?
Actually, Boom, he will not play again today, and that is coach's decision to not put LA Revilla on the court for today's game.
All right, well, thanks for the update. Ina Ongsiaco reporting for DLSU. No LA Revilla for them, no Kiefer Ravena for Ateneo. We'll see what happens. We'll take a break, and we'll be back with a little bit of talk of history between the matchup of Ateneo versus LaSalle. Stay with us, please. Ateneo versus LaSalle, LaSalle versus Ateneo. The venue is the Mall of Asia Arena here at Pasay City, and we're slowly filling up this venue prior to the start of the game. And there's so much history, obviously, between these 2 teams. And talk about that, TJ. You know, Ateneo's on a 6-game winning streak against LaSalle lately. It's dangerous for them because the 10-game winning streak that they had against NU was broken. The 8-game winning streak that they had against FEU was broken, and then they have a 6-game winning streak. But when you talk about the overall history, what do you see?
Well, we see a very competitive race between these two teams here in the UAP. Of course, there's deeper history if you go back to the olden ages when they even started in other leagues as well. But talking about the UAP meetings, they've played each other 70 times, and it's almost cut down the middle.
Almost, huh?
Almost. Ateneo's won 36 times. LaSalle has won it 34 times. And even the number of titles that both these teams have, napakalapit. LaSalle has 7, and Ateneo, thanks to the last 5 years, na nakahabol na sila, they have taken the lead. Yun na nga, before last year, tumabla. 7. Ngayon, they've taken the lead. They now have 8 titles in the UAP compared to the 7 of LaSalle. And more interesting to note, as you mentioned, Boom, the last 13 times these two teams have played, Ateneo has won 12 of them since 2008. Now, the question that is to be asked, with this whole change of lineup and coaches and losing 5 seniors for Ateneo, is it time for that pendulum of history to shift back to the LaSalle side and give them the momentum and give them that season of dominance over their arch rival? Who knows? It's going to be begun to be answered today.
That's a good point. Dahil alam naman natin sa sports, paikot-ikot lang yan minsan.
It's a game of runs.
It swings from one side to another. Minutes away from the tip-off here, jump ball here at the Mall of Asia Arena. We'll be back right here at Studio 23. Balik po tayo dito sa live and exclusive coverage of the UAP Season 76, where greatness never ends. Live on Studio 23 in high definition on Balls HD 167. For those of you who just tuned in, again, this is a battle between Ateneo and LaSalle. LaSalle at 1-1, winning over UP, losing against UST in that first game, and as it's been documented and been talked about, Ateneo at 0-2. And great things happening, by the way. It's not only about them, but throughout this 8-team format that we have, or lineup rather, that we have, there have been some great games. As I said, 2 overtime games, 2 come from behind wins, and that spectacular 4-point play by Roy Sumang on Bobby Ray Parks yesterday.
As all the coaches have been saying, you cannot predict wins anymore in this league. This year, that's how great the parity is, and you can see again, in case you just joined us, our updated team standings after the first game that happened early today between UP and FEU. They're now up on top of everybody at 3-0, and you know, they keep saying we weren't even talked about the preseason. We weren't even in the discussion for Final Four. And they're enjoying where they are now. But Coach Nash Rosella keeps saying, we're not getting big-headed. We're respecting every single opponent that we have and taking it one game at a time.
Early in the season, and UE with that big win yesterday, sabi nga ni Roy Sumang, pagod na siyang matalo. Gusto niya manalo, at yun ang nangyari. At I'm sure ang Ateneo rin, pagod na dahil dun sa dalawang talo na hindi pa nila nararanasan na matagal-tagal na. So they want to come up with a win today. In the meantime, let's get our Gatorade Fuel Duel of the game on your screens, because with Gatorade, they are fueled for the win. The matchup between Teng and Buenafe.
Gonna be fun to watch. Both these guys are gonna come ready and aggressive to play. They've been here before. They know how it is to, you know, explain and show this to the young guys. They're young guys on the team, and what it takes to win an Ateneo LaSalle level ball game. It's not just the usual UAP game. Looking at the numbers so far, we mentioned earlier Ryan Buenafe with some phenomenal numbers, 19 points per game, more than 10 rebounds per game, and you got Teng with 15 points per game and 4 rebounds per game. But I'll be personally looking at both of them in the rebounding category on the defensive end. Why? Because they're the few guys who can rebound and start the break. If a big guy rebounds it, they have to look for the small guy before they start the break. But with these two guys, if they get the ball, they can start something and they can create something for the teammates right away.
Well, Jaron Teng averaging only 4 rebounds so far this season. It is Buenafe who is averaging 10.5 coming into this third game of theirs. We'll take another break, and then we'll usher in the teams into the Mall of Asia Arena as we get ready to kickstart Ateneo versus LaSalle here on Studio 23. Back here at the Mall of Asia Arena, well, Ateneo LaSalle Ateneo is always an event where we always are interested to see who's in attendance. We get the regulars, we get alumni, we got celebrities, politicians, ambassadors already here right beside us, TJ. Let's talk to some of the audience members. I think Ina Ongsiako is with the son of a legendary LaSalle name. Let's talk to Ina and tell us, Ina, who are you with?
Boom, I'm here right now with Zion Limpot, De La Salle Green Archers assistant coach June Limpot's son. So Zion, do you watch UAAP game live often?
Yes, ever since my dad joined the coaching staff, halos every game nandun na ako.
How excited are you to watch the anticipated matchup against the Ateneo and LaSalle today?
Very excited kasi ito kilala na sa buong mundo yung Ateneo and LaSalle fight.
Any forecast for today's win?
It's tough call because it's going to be against LaSalle will be against a very tough team, and siguro LaSalle kasi wala si keeper.
Okay, thank you Zion. Boom.
Thank you very much, Ina, putting your guest into a tough spot right away. Good job, Ina Ongsiako from the DLSU side. Of course, we also have families in attendance. I mean, I've talked about this many times, from real young kids to the grandparents also with us here during the games, regardless of what the games are. But here in the Ateneo LaSalle, let's check out the other side. Selena Dagdag, who do you have with us?
Well, hello, Boom TJ. Here we have with us is the Palafox family. So, ma'am, may I just ask, how is this good bonding time for the family?
Oh, we're really excited because it's a weekend and we're here to support the whole team. We're such big fans of basketball.
Well, so are we. We're also here to support the entire team. Hi, what's your name?
Hi, my name is Santino.
Hello, Santino. Who's your favorite player in the team?
My favorite player is Kiefer Avena.
But Kiefer won't be able to play today, so who's your second favorite player?
Ryan Buenafe.
Wow, well, I'm also a fan of Kiefer and Ryan, so maybe you'll be Ryan's good luck charm today. Sir, may I ask you what your fearless forecast is for today's game?
Of course, Blue Eagles for the win.
Well, we do hope that would be the outcome for today's game. Thank you so much, sir, ma'am. Yes, we're so happy to have you here with us.
Thank you, Selena. You should have asked them
Boom
about
and
odds.
TJ.
Thank you, Selena. You should have asked them about odds and spreads while you're
Pero
at
teka
it.
lang dun sa mga nakakilala sa amin, disclaimer lang, wala akong kinalaman dun because John Palafox is my high school teammate.
Is he?
Hindi ko
This is
pinili
a
yun,
setup job.
Hindi, wala. I
There
had
is-
no idea. Tawan-tawa nga ako when I saw Selena with John. So good to see my former teammate here as well. He always at the game supporting his team.
Well, like we said, we will see a lot of familiar faces.
Oh, yeah.
There will be a lot of first-timers here at the Mall of Asia and, of course, watching on Studio 23. So we're excited for that as we are minutes away from the teams entering the hard court here at the Mall of Asia Arena. Moments away from the start of the game between rivals LaSalle and Ateneo, their first meeting for season 76 of the UAAP. LaSalle has made their way to the hard court and waiting for Ateneo to come in before we obviously start this game. But you mentioned already, TJ, the fact that all games are not going to be easy. There's no easy win in season 76. I said that about season 75, but I think it's more so evident for season 76.
All the more this year. And looking at the scenario for Ateneo, they are coming into this game 0-2, and if they lose, they have that potential of staring at an 0-3 record, which they haven't had since 1994.
When
And
they
then-
started 0-6.
Right, and then they have these guys coming up next, Adamson and UE. Magkasunod yan.
Tough.
And then you've got UP-USC to round out the first round. But then again, at least you're looking at a 1-week break between today and Adamson. That gives Kiefer Avena time to heal. He says it's about a week to go. His
Doctor
doctors say
says 2 weeks. He said earlier, we were with him earlier, he says 1 week. It's a grade 3 sprain for him. It's the worst kind of sprain, apparently, that
yung
anybody
sprain
can
na bago pa man may mag-tear or may fracture siguro.
and it's a high sprain.
High sprain,
And again,
okay.
aggravated by the fact that he played in game number
Okay.
1. All right, let's talk about the other side.
Well, looking at LaSalle, looking at their remaining games, and As well, they've got back-to-back tough games. First of all, they're going to be facing the undefeated team, the FEU Tamaraos, on July 13th. That's next Saturday. And then they as well have a 1-week break from then on, before they go up against UE, the team that just won yesterday, getting their first win via that dramatic 4-point play of Roy Sumang from the parking lot. And then they go up against Adamson and NU to round out the first round of the eliminations.
All right. We're waiting for Ateneo to come in before we start this game. A highly anticipated match between LaSalle and Ateneo. After this short break, we'll be back here on Studio 23. Dyan lang po kayo.
UAAP Season 76. Greatness never ends.
Thousands in attendance at the Mall of Asia Arena, and to the millions more watching live on Studio 23, simulcast in high definition on Walls HD, channel 167 on Sky Cable, and the Filipino channel worldwide. We welcome you to the biggest ever rivalry in Philippine sports in your Season 76 of the UAAP. First, let's meet the starters for the Ateneo de Manila Blue Eagles. At point guard number 5, Whammy Johnson. Off guard number 19, Bon Pesamal. Center number 21, Frank Golia. At power forward number 11, Chris Newsom. And at forward number 13, Ryan Buenafe. Head coach of the Blue Eagles is Bo Pedasol. And now here's a starting five for the De La Salle Green Archers. And off guard number 17, Almon Bosotlos. Point guard number 18, Thomas Torres. And center number 6, Norbert Torres.
Finally, we get it started now. Our Hanes starting 5 on your screens. Hanes, America's leading underwear brand. Johnson, Pesamal, Golia, Newsom, Buenafe, Torres. Two Torreses, Vosotros, Teng, and Perkins for the green side. Boom Gonzalez, TJ Manotok, Ina Ongsiaco, Selena Dagdag, your broadcast team for this afternoon's game. Here at the Mall of Asia Arena, live on Studio 23. Jump ball. Seconds away. It's time to start the fun. And it is Norbert Torres, Frank Golia. I'll mention the elephant in the room, TJ.
Okay.
People are going to say, for LaSalle, it doesn't matter who's playing, right? You throw away, they say, injuries, statistics, whatever.
Yep.
But in reality, what people are talking about is that if they win without Kiefer Ravena on the other side. If they lose, that's even tougher. How do you approach this? If you're a fan, if you're a fan, you're a fan.
For LaSalle, as a fan.
Yes, as a fan. Not that saying that you are, I'm saying.
For a fan, it shouldn't matter. An Ateneo win over LaSalle is an Ateneo win over LaSalle. A LaSalle win over Ateneo is a LaSalle win over Ateneo. It shouldn't matter who's on the court. Why? Because regardless of who's on the court, in the history of these two teams playing against each other, we've seen some phenomenal breakout games from heroes who have never been expected to be heroes. And that's just the magic of an Ateneo LaSalle ball game. So regardless if you got an established superstar there or not, you're expecting fireworks in both clubs.
I'll tell you though what Ateneo's gonna miss. Career average of Kiefer Ravena is 20 points on 54% shooting, 8 rebounds against LaSalle. Against the rest of the teams, it's only a little under 14 points, 4 rebounds, 45% shooting. So that tells you that he's totally juiced up and jacked up when he goes up against LaSalle. But those are the numbers that Ateneo is going to miss. And if you remember, DJ, during the Phil Oil Flying V League, when we did that game, 31 Kiefer Ravena points in that game, in the 78-70 win of Ateneo over LaSalle. That is just to put things in perspective in terms of the numbers of what they're going to miss without Kiefer Ravena. More from Ateneo from Selena Dagdag.
Well, Boom TJ, earlier I was able to speak to some of the boys in the dugout, and they do admit that they're battling it out with a bigger and better LaSalle. Nevertheless, they also believe that whatever they lack in height, they could make up for the intangibles. Today, the boys will make sure they go for the loose balls, the hustle points, and the little things that make a big difference. At dagdag pa ng Blue Eagles, na kahit ano daw ang mangyari sa larong nito, they assure us that they will put up a good fight for the blue and the white. Boom and TJ.
That's an assurance from both schools. I bet Samsung Smart TV courtside update, the most advanced Samsung TV experience ever. Perkins from around 15, got it.
Yun yung pinag-uusapan natin, Boom, at the pregame. We talked about the numbers that these two guys put up, Deng and itong si Perkins. How well can they play together? Can they figure it out?
And look at them guarding each other. We're talking about Buenafe and Perkins. As Torres nagmamadali, setting up Perkins, doesn't force it. Vosotros for a three, gets it to go! 7 out of 20 after that. He has the most number of attempts here in season 76. Coming into the game
nice
at 6 and 19. Oh, Golia muffs the easy one.
Well, that's exactly what you need Wami Chongso to do more for this team. Not just to score more, but to set up his teammates more as well.
Let's check in with Ina Ongsiaco from the LaSalle side.
Boom and TJ, you should expect a lot of surprises from the De La Salle Green Archers today. In the past 3 days, they've been working on new plays that take great advantage of their strengths as a team. But aside from that, they've also been prepared mentally. Coach Juno Soler even said that in these past few days, this has been the sharpest he's ever seen them. All he's asking from the boys today is to keep focused and stay mentally prepared. Coach Juno assures them that if they keep that mindset throughout the game, then it doesn't matter if their opponent is ranked number 8 or number 1, because they'll be coming out of the court with smiles on their faces. Boom.
Thank you very much, Ina, for the Samsung Smart TV report, the most advanced Samsung TV experience ever. Well, again, let's mention it. These two coaches are in a hot seat. Coach Bob Perasol taking over from the 5-time champion, Coach Norman Black, and then Coach Juno Soler taking over 3 weeks to go, going into the season, changing the practices into twice a day, once in the morning, once in the afternoon. So there's a lot of pressure on both coaches as Perkins shoots the 3 and comes up short. They're 9-6. Abante po ang DLSU. Johnson against Torres. Johnson sets up Golia. Golia muscling his way through, and Torres with a rejection early on.
Well, whether or not he's going to get an easy look, he has to be aggressive and hopefully try to force some fouls out of Torres.
Yakisobrang move brought to you by Nissan Yakisobra. Yakisobrang sarap. Thomas Torres has had a solid season 76 so far, offensively and defensively. Look at him pester Wami Chongson. And Chongson, TJ, how crucial is this guy? Because Wami Chongson shooting 23% from the 3, 20% from the 2-point area. And I say that because when you look at last year, he was a 52% shooter from the 3-point area and 43% from the 2-point area. But it's a different role, of course.
It is a different role. He's now elevated to the main point guard, the guy who's really expected to carry the Cut Joseph playmaking together with Kiefer Ravena, and all the more now with Kiefer Ravena still out, all the more expected for Wami Chongson to step up.
We'll talk more about that later as we go into a Kit Kat break. Join the break movement, have a break, have a Kit Kat. 9-6 for LaSalle. Balik po tayo dito sa Mall of Asia Arena para po sa laban ng LaSalle kontra Ateneo. Abante po ang LaSalle ng 9-6 at the early goings of this game. Ateneo 3 out of 7 from the field. LaSalle 4 out of 11.
Aggressive start for both these squads. They've taken some shots early in their shot clock. They haven't been, given much of a hard time from each other's defenses.
It's a good angle for our perfect combination. Pure Foods tender, juicy chicken cheese hot dog. The New Mexico native, Chris Newsom. And then on the other end, as I said, Vosotros with the Vosotres. Great taste white, grade 3. Our coffee is white. Great taste white. Imagine that. Vosotros comes into this game shooting 6 out of 19 from the 3-point area.
That many attempts already. They've only played 2 games.
That's right. That's what I'm talking about. Talking about the go signal, the green light to shoot.
Literally, that's a big green light right there.
Torres against Golia. Torres muscling his way. It's a traveling infraction called by referee Anthony Roque, who is joined by Arnolfo Bermeo and Glenn Cornelio for today.
No help defense there. Golia was all by his lonesome, but he did a good job of holding his ground and not biting those fakes.
Donaldson's and slow-mos. Spice up your day with a new McSpicy. Still 9-6. 5:33 remaining. Final game rather, for our second weekend of season 76 of the UAAP, and Newsome gets through.
Second time it's happened. It happened earlier when you saw Tang drop to the floor with that strong drive by Newsome.
Haynes on the floor. Haynes, America's leading underwear brand. Back-to-back possessions lost, and a foul will be called. Look at this handoff from Buenafe and Newsome. Them playing together is crucial to you, as you said, TJ.
Deja vu. That's exactly the first bucket that Newsome had earlier, except that Tang flopped in the first one.
That's a Yellow Cab big move. Celebrate great times with Yellow Cab. Delivery hotline 789-9999. Great times, great pizza. Go out to Jeron with 15 to shoot. Jeron forces it through. Wala pa rin. Von Pesumal with the rebound. It'll be interesting to see how Von will be shooting today in this third game of Ateneo. Buenafe trying to pass it to Golia. Torres waits for more backup. Vosotros doesn't want to wait.
Whoop,
nice tap by Golia. On the miss by Vosotros. Elorte to Newsome. On the other side was Pesumal, free for a three. No. Pesumal breaking up the play. A little sloppy for the teams right now. Coach Bo Perasol calling the play as Arnold Van Opstal is getting ready to come in for LaSalle. Buenafe against Perkins. Two wide bodies. Elorte inside. Newsome puts it up and in. The bang in the bucket.
Very, very active without the ball. His third basket of the ball game, and all of his points have come from good movement off the ball for Chris Newsome. That is a clear sign of a high basketball IQ. He's not told where to go. He reads the defense. He figures it out.
And again, you see the difference that they have prepared without Kiefer compared to that first game where
hindi nila alam eh.
Kiefer out, he says, for one more week with the walking boot. Meantime, abante na ang Ateneo. 11-9 courtesy of that three-point play. Elorte with the grill of Tomas Torres. Vosotros pulls up, comes up short. Van Opstal will shoot 2 free throws.
That's already the fourth offensive rebound of LaSalle. That's something that Coach Bo better be worried about for Ateneo and his big men.
Lucky Me Supreme moment brought to you by Lucky Me Supreme. Live Supreme. LaSalle is the third best rebounding team of the league so far early in this season.
And credit to them that they've been working hard off the glass as well. They're bigs. You know, even Perkins, he's not that big. He's 6'2", but he just works his butt off, gets great position.
But I will say, as we look at Cholo Villanueva and Simon Atkins in attendance here, our former courtside reporter, the wife, the beautiful wife, Agnes Tapia, also right there beside them. I'll acknowledge her as I was about to say. It was a wonderful wedding in a basketball court, by the way.
In a basketball court. How about that?
And
awesome.
I'm honored to be part of
All right. Referee ka ba doon? Referee.
Interviewer.
Anong role mo?
Courtside reporter ako doon. Courtside reporter ako kay Cholo
All right.
kay Agnes. McDonald's Instant Slow-Mo. Spice of your day with the new McSpicy. Ball will remain with 14 on the shot clock of Ateneo.
Look at Tomas Torres all over Elorte, fighting over all those screens.
And Buenafe sees the opportunity to drive.
Ayun na. The inevitable switch, not intended by LaSalle, and no help defense there for Torres as Buenafe just muscled his way through.
That's the biggest lead for Ateneo, 13-10. Van Opstal and Eram on a wrestling match, underneath. Let's look at this. He sees Torres, nanggigil si Buenafe. At kinaya. Shake of the game brought to you by Mogu Mogu. You gotta choose.
Well, he did not have the speed advantage, but he had the heft. That's why he put his shoulder down, and the forearm got in enough to create that advantage as it drove straight to the basket.
When Capascio now coming in for Von Pesumal. Two teams look very jacked up for this game. As usual,
Ateneo's playing big here. I wonder if they're going to try to use Newsom playing the 2. That could create mismatches in their favor.
That's a good point. Nosotros trap. They got blitzed. Elorde looks left. Elorde passes right. Buenafe puts it up and in.
And the hang time, right there, Elorde knew exactly who he had in his rear view mirror. And right there, at the right place at the right time in the open court was Ryan Buenafe.
Torres nagmamadali pero matras. Perkins takes the 3. Short on the 3. Elorde now trying to put pressure on that LaSalle defense. Newsom will try his hand at a 3. Gets it to go.
And all of a sudden, it's an 8-point lead for Ateneo.
That is his second make from 3 on the season. Nunu.
There's confusion on the court whether there was a timeout called or not. The refs say play on.
Ateneo 4 assists in the game. LaSalle 2. Deng puts it up and in.
Oh, what a tough shot. Working hard for that. No help defense as well. Only 1-on-1, and Jeron Teng will do that to his opponent.
After all of that, 18-12. Join the break movement. Have a break. Have a Kit Kat. We're back with you here at the Mall of Asia Arena. The last bucket field goal of LaSalle was at the 7:16 mark of our first quarter. 18-12 is our score. LaSalle led by as much as 5, and it is so far a 13-3 run, TJ, as we look at this Master winning move. Lose the oil, win the game with Master, put your game face on. I know it sounds weird if I say this, but that's Ryan Buenafe with a little show of hang time. A great taste white, great 3. Our coffee is white, great taste white. He doesn't jump as high as all the other players, but
horizontally.
He has hang time.
He's got horizontal hang time. That's what I'll call it. Horizontal hang time.
Eram from 18 off an assist from Ryan Buenafe, and that's the effect of Ryan Buenafe.
If you're Ateneo, you like that. You like the fact that they can drive and dish. That's something that Kiefer Avena will do for them most of the time, and with other guys stepping up.
That's an offensive foul.
Useless movement
DLSU.
here. Yep, no need to put that arm out for Van Opsal. He was already beat talking about Nico Elorde. No need to extend that screen.
4 turnovers for DLSU to the 1 of Ateneo. The do-more player of the game, Newsom. Brought to you by Rexona. Won't let you down. Elorde against Torres has been a fun matchup. Elorde. Wild.
Ooh, wow. How did he find Eram? With a radar? Look at this pass.
Play broken up.
I guess he just had that feeling that somebody must have been there. Somebody has to be there.
McDonald's in slow-mo catching that. Spice up your day with a new McSpicy, and that is a shot clock infraction. Ateneo, 7 points off the turnovers of LaSalle, off the 4 turnovers, and 5 fast break points to 0 of LaSalle. By the way, LaSalle is the #1 team in fast breaking so far this year.
And remember, when Coach Bo Perasol came into Ateneo, that's something he said he wanted to do with this team. He wants to make it more of a running team.
And a block by Buenafe on Norbert Torres. Vince Solentino now coming in for Ryan Buenafe.
Look at this.
Bostik Tapalking.
May hang time na sa offense, may supalpal pa sa depensa.
Brought to you by Bostik Super Volcasil. Vince Solentino trapping Jeron Teng. Torres against Eram, forcing his way through, and a foul is called on Quinn Capasio.
That's the right thing to do if you're Torres. Nakita mo na yung Ateneo Bigs nang gigigil. I mean, when they're giggle for blocks, their tendency is they'll end up fouling as well. They're not just going up there with their hands up straight to try to intimidate or try to change the shot. They're actually going for blocks. So when you see that, all the more you should be aggressive.
Miserable shooting by LaSalle today so far. Torres 1 out of 3. Teng 1 out of 5. Vosotros 1 out of 4. And that's something that has been a characteristic of the first 2 games of Ateneo, as you see Rico Meyerhofer on your screens. Well, Ateneo so far, TJ, shooting 28.5% in the field this season. Last year they were at 44%. Another thing that's down, obviously, it will follow the points. So far they're averaging 64.5. They were at 74.4 last year, as obviously a lot of those points coming from that guy on your screens, Kiefer Avena.
Look at Thomas Torres. Very aggressive, high pressure on the perimeter defense on Elorde.
Newsome this time will try to back down Gab Reyes, a different facet of his game. Eram from 18, off to the right. And Torres comes down with a rebound. Deng against Newsome. Deng against three players, sets up
Great
ABO.
Great pass. You know what? I'll credit that play to Thomas Torres, who unselfishly gave it up right away to Jeron Teng, who Teng flourishes in the open court. It was not a clear 3-on-1 fast break or 4-on-2 fast break, but he saw the defense was scrambling and he saw the momentum that Jeron Teng had because wala pang bumabantay sa kanya. There was nobody to stop the ball early, and when Jeron Teng gets a full head of steam, he's tough to stop. If the help defense comes, now he's more mature to find the drop pass.
The triumvirate of Juno Soler, Jun Limpot, and Alan Kaidik, who have no other responsibilities, TJ, in any other team, pro or otherwise.
They're really focused on this team, all those three guys.
And even in terms of coaching staff, they have trimmed. Do you remember last year when they had, nandiyan sila Bakuan, nandiyan sila Tyrone Bautista, everybody else. So not only was their team trimmed to 13, but the coaching staff officially down to 3. But those names, Limpot and Kaidik flanking Juno Soler. Hindi mo naman aling lang yung mga pangalan na yan in Philippine basketball. As LaSalle is only down by 4, a differential of 3 seconds. The shot clock and the game clock. And they go to Jeron Teng. 8 to shoot. Back to Torres for 3. In and out for Thomas Torres. 3 seconds to shoot for Newsome.
Does he know the time? No, he didn't.
And at the end of the first quarter, the most productive quarter for Ateneo, 20 points right away for them. Jollibee champ of the quarter is Chris Newsome. Big burger goodness like no other. 10 of the 20 coming from the New Mexico native. It is 2016. Back in a moment with the second quarter. We're back here at the Mall of Asia Arena getting ready for the second quarter. Ateneo, best first quarter of the season so far for them, 20 points. They did have a 22-point quarter against National U, but in terms of first quarter, this is their best. And Kip Montalvo, the Ilonggo native, is in the ballgame for the very first time for season 76.
First appearance this season, a highly talked about recruit as well in the offseason.
Ateneo shot 50% from the field. TJ, DLSU 28%. Why are they only down 4?
Well, they've done their job as well in transition. I mean, they may not have had a high quality of shots in terms of their half-court sets, where Ateneo's given them a hard time, but they've had their points on the run as well.
Wow, look at that. Did you know Kiefer
did you
Ravena
know?
was named after Hollywood actor Kiefer Sutherland?
The guy in 24.
In 24.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Lucky Me Supreme Trivia. This live Supreme Trivia is brought to you by Lucky Me Supreme. In the meantime, a turnover again for DLSU. It is Buenafe, Babilonia, Tolentino, Elorde, and Capasio for Ateneo. Teng, Montalvo, Van Opstal, Reyes, and De La Paz.
Look at this quick double team.
Buenafe from way out. As we check in with Selena Dagdag.
Earlier in the huddle, Coach Bo acknowledged the amazing energy coming from the arena today, but he specifically instructs the boys to shut the crowd out. Diin pa nga ni Coach, huwag niyong iibayin ang laro niyo dahil lang nakita niyong napakaraming taong nanonood. Coach Bo then moves on to giving instructions as regards to their team's defense. Sabi ni Coach, pahirapan niyo na sila sa depensa niyo mid-court pa lang. Lastly, he tells the team to sustain their performance. Sabi ni Coach, lamang kayo dahil agresibo kayo. So keep that up. Boom and TJ.
This is his very first Ateneo LaSalle game as a coach. Report courtesy of Samsung Smart TV, the most advanced Samsung TV experience ever. Coach Juno Soler, well, obviously we all know that he bleeds green. He's been in the system. He went to LaSalle. He coached the women's team, coached Zobel. But as a seniors coach, it's his first time as a coach, but he's been here many times. Even with Coach Gia Bonilla last year. DLSU has struggled from the field, and so has Ateneo, and the struggles continue. In terms of field goals, at least. Perkins underneath. 14 to shoot, under 8 minutes to play. Perkins, a left-handed shot, doesn't go. It's not easy when you got Ryan Buenafe on you, and I would say that also for the other side as Elorde just throws it up. A little
Not
sloppy
a good shot
here,
there.
yeah.
Not a good shot. And you're the point guard. You're the point guard who should be the more mature guy on the floor to calm things down and set it up.
AVO trying to make his move on the smaller Babylonia. That's the way to do it for him.
Nice aggressive move. He has the smaller center. This is one of their smaller lineups on the floor for Ateneo. No Golia, no Eram. It's Babylonia, who's about 6'4", and AVO does have that height advantage.
That is the first field goal of LaSalle after 4 attempts. Ateneo so far 0 of 5 as Montalvo fouls Nico Elorde.
That's how deep this point guard rotation of LaSalle is. First time to see Montalvo in the season.
Celebrate great times with Yellow Cab Delivery Hotline 789-9999. Great times, great pizza. And we mentioned at the start of the coverage, we won't see L.A. Revilla. He's not on the bench. And we won't see him today. That's an official statement from the team as Newsom goes to his strong side again.
Third exact spot with the same shot. He'll lower his shoulder, get enough separation with the guy trying to defend him when he has a full head of steam. So if you're LaSalle, don't let him go to his right. Make him go left because obviously he favors his right.
He is 5 out of 6 from the field, talking about Newsom. As we look at this move from a bird's eye view, the Yakisobra move brought to you by Nissin Yakisoba. Yakisobrang sarap, overpowering Gab Reyes.
And at the start of that play, Reyes was square on him. He was square. He should favor him to the left and force him to his offhand. This is the third time he has eaten their defense alive, going to the right.
Now let's check in with Ina Ongxiang.
Earlier in the huddle, Coach Juno there asked the boys to lock up defensively and to take advantage of the outside shots. He also said to not let Ateneo break them down and keep rebounding, to not give them any more points in the paint, and to keep their points this quarter below 20. Boom.
Thank you very much. Ina Ongxiang, Samsung Smart TV report, the most advanced Samsung TV experience, and AVO so far with some points off the bench. How about 7 for him? Naiambag niya dito. Triple team on Buenafe. From the corner, Huami Chongson gets it to go.
Bang. That's big for him personally. He's got to get that stroke. He's got to get his confidence up. You see him pumping his fist here as he backtracks after he made that big 3.
That's his second assist, talking about Buenafe. Tried to draw the defense today. Chongson taking it away. Buenafe surveys the field. Newsom from 16. 14 points, 5 out of 5 from within the arc for Chris Newsom. And a 7-point lead for Ateneo. Join the break movement. Have a break, have a Kit Kat. Balik po tayo dito sa Mall of Asia Arena. Dito po sa Pasay City para sa laban ng LaSalle at Ateneo. A crowd here at the Mall of Asia Arena to witness the first Ateneo LaSalle game. A Pure Foods no hassle play. Pure Foods crisp and juicy wingers, no bones, no hassle. How about AVO? 7 points, 2 out of 2 from the field, 3 out of 4 from the free throw line off the bench.
Ganda ng aggressiveness niya. Quick pivot there to the baseline and catching Newsom off guard.
Great taste white, grade 3. Our coffee is white, great taste white. A confidence builder for Huami Chongson. As Kirk Long, our colleague and former Blue Eagle, on your screens. 9-0 points off turnovers for Ateneo, TJ. And that is good for them because they are dead last in that department so far this year.
So it's a good improvement to them to see that here in this big game.
Pesumar, Ateneo with a 7-point lead. Newsom crossing.
What a crossover.
Oh, but loses it.
But you can see, a bulk of the offense, I'd say 50% or more of the offense of Ateneo is coming from there, the top of the key area. That's really where Coach Bo wants them to attack.
Yep. Now look at this perfect combination. Your food standard juicy chicken, cheese, hot dog.
And what's difficult about that, Boom, it's on your defensive end, it's very tough to double team and to help out because they have more angles to attack from the top of the key.
Perkins finds Vosotros rather. Vosotros from the elbow. Yes.
Tough shot. But you know, although one of the few small point guards who can do that, Vosotros definitely can elevate over his defender.
Wala namang hindi tough shot.
Sa kanya, wala.
Oh, Buenafe fading away. Off to the right, though. And here comes Torres again, wanting to push the offense. He gets it back. They want to go down to Norbert Torres.
Against Buenafe.
Buenafe trying to force the turnover.
And he does. Whoop.
There's a foul called on a green shirt.
So that tap from behind that broke the ball loose was from Buenafe.
And Wami Chongson, do more player of the game, brought to you by Rexona. It won't let you down. That is turnover number 7 for De La Salle. 27-22, 4:23 remaining. Buenafe for 3, gets it to go. How about Ryan Buenafe shooting 30%, an exponential rise in percentage.
Grabe, no? From 17% last year, last game he was 5 of 11.
Last 2 years.
Last 2 years. Saktong-sakto, 17 pareho, no? Last season 75 and 74.
Golia bodying up on Van Opsel. Nowhere to go. 2 seconds to shoot. Perkins puts it up. No.
Blocked by Buenafe. That's his second block of the game. And he's blocking big men. He's not blocking little guys from behind. He's blocking big men in their faces, in front of them.
Master winning move. Lose the oil, win the game with Master. Put your game face on. Buenafe, 15 minutes, 7 points, 3 out of 6 from the field, 4 rebounds, 2 assists, and 2 blocks. A stat line for Ryan Buenafe. Oh, Newsome nagmamadali.
Well, that time, he drove to his left, but that time around proving to us that he can also finish with his left hand.
32-22, biggest lead of the ball game. Torres off the glass, high. And it will remain with LaSalle. Look at that.
Look at this quick crossover to the left, and he's gone.
That's a great angle too. Derek Abet Ramos at the helm of his live and exclusive coverage, and that is another point off turnover, by the way, because turnover yun. So 14 for Ateneo so far off the 8 turnovers of LaSalle. Deng has Wami on him, tries to take advantage. The instep works for Jeron Deng.
The master of the pivot move from the top of the key.
Oh, too risky. Torres takes it away. Torres nagmamadali. Torres goes up! No! Against Ryan Buenafe. Forward pass to Chongson. Crossing over. Chongson up to Newsome. 17 seconds on the shot clock, a lot of time, but Chongson says, I'm not gonna wait. Comes up short. Jeron Deng on the other side with 2:45 to play and an 8-point deficit for LaSalle. Deng again. Nowhere to go. Go back to Vosotros. Jumps up the 3, up to the left. And Newsome will be fouled by Jason Perkins. Bo Perasol, a General Santos native, sitting on an 8-point lead with 2:33 remaining. Join the break movement. Have a break. Have a Kit Kat. Here's a FUBU fearless shot for us, by us. FUBU International. Jeron Deng with the up and under move. For Teng, only 4 points today. The lead is 8 for Ateneo with 2:33 remaining. Pamilya kausap natin kanina. The RCBC Savings Bank life-changing moment. RCBC Savings Bank My Loans. It's life-changing. Turnover for Ateneo. LaSalle looking for some easy points. By the way, TJ, wala pang fast break points ang LaSalle.
Even though they lead the rebounding category.
Oh, look at that shot by Wami Johnson. Sila pa yung nagmamadali.
Kakaibang hang time. Medyo he bobbled it, but he still found a way to get that ball up and in for a 10-point lead. Is this the biggest lead in the game now for Ateneo? It is.
And that is a 7th fast break point for Ateneo. That was considered as a fast break. Deng inside. Wala pa rin. Newsome ahead to Chongson. Chongson. No.
Oh, look at that.
What a tip.
And that's gonna teach Van Opsel a lesson. You gotta box out, even if you are 6'7", and you've got the best hops in the league. No matter how small the guy behind you is, put a body on him, box him out.
1:29 remaining and a 12-point lead. Torres. Back to Torres. To Deng. Deng. No foul called. Deng gets it back. Wala pa rin. Eto na naman ang Ateneo. Pesumal with a spin cycle move. And he will be fouled and will go to the line for free throws. LaSalle is 4 of 14 in this quarter. Suzuki fast break of the game brought to you by Suzuki's newest compact sedan. Swift Desire, Suzuki, a way of life. And now Ateneo has the luxury to field in Ivan Santos. Von Pesumal, who suffered an open dislocation on his shooting hand or finger. He shot 58% in the preseason prior to the injury, TJ. From the three-point area, rather. And he was showing a lot of great promise and improvement in that stroke until that injury happened.
And it is in the middle fingers, or is it the middle index pointer finger? That's tough. That's the last finger that touches the ball when you follow through. So it's tough to injure that one and try to get your stroke back and consistent as it was in the preseason.
How is this a 14-point lead, DJ? What happened?
Defense. They're just forcing turnovers, able to attack as well. They're very aggressive defensively. They're going for blocks. They're going for steals. Ateneo's not just settling to sit back and wait for the shots and challenge them. They're going for steals when they can. They're going for those blocks when they can.
Inside points by Jeron Deng. That is the 16th De La Salle point in the paint.
Nice pass here from Banofso. Good cut, good movement without the ball by Jeron Deng.
PS Bank maasahan assist to him. Simple lang mag-ipon sa PS Bank. Open a savings account now. 38 points is the most number of points Ateneo has had at the half
this season.
This season so far. And we're down to a minute. The lead is down to 12. Biggest lead was 14. Newsom, Elorde, Enriquez, Tolentino, and Pesumal. Na libre si Nico. Doesn't take it. 5 on the shot clock. Elorde. Double team on him. Nothing there. The tap goes to LaSalle. Deng. Forces his way through.
Nice
Gets it up and in.
He saw a rookie right in front of him. Nang gigil si Jeron Deng. Sabi niya, I can take this guy. He's wider, he's taller, but that long pivot stride of Jeron Deng just got it through.
6 points in the quarter for Jeron Deng, 8 in total. Chris Newsom trying to wind up this clock. 7 to shoot. Newsom goes up, yes!
What an aggressive first half for Newsom. 5 layups right at the mouth of the rim to make up his 18 points in this ballgame so far.
40 to 28, 11 points off turnovers for De La Salle. Jollibee champ of the quarter is Chris Newsom. Big burger goodness like no other. We're looking at some of his points here. 18 points for the New Mexico native. 17 minutes, 8 out of 9 from the field, 3 rebounds, 2 assists for Newsom, as he is fondly called in Ateneo. It is a 40 to 28 lead for the 5-time defending champions, rather. You just witnessed the first half of the Ateneo LaSalle game. The energy and anticipation when these two schools play each other are truly one of a kind. But despite their differences, magkaiba man ang sinisigaw na school cheer sa Mall of Asia ngayon. When it comes to the UAAP, iisa ang trip nating lahat. Our love of sports. At dahil ang Lucky Me, supreme ka-trip natin sa UAAP, ito ang soundtrack natin. Watch this. Looking at the starting fives for the second half, it is Jeron Deng, Luigi De La Paz, who's trying to pump up his team, Amon Vosotros, Tomas Torres, and one big guy in AVO.
Small lineup
for Ateneo.
You're seeing Jeron Deng play the 4, so he'll be either defending Newsom or Buenafe on the other end.
For Ateneo, it's the usual suspects as Vosotros misses his first attempt. It is Buenafe, Pesumal, Golia, Newsom with a big half, and Wami Chongson. Wami off the glass, no. And Torres comes away with his 5th rebound of the game. De La Paz pulls up right away.
Nice catch and shoot for Luigi De La Paz, who seems to have been inserted here to start the second half for defensive purposes, because right off the bat he is guarding this guy with the ball, Chris Newsom.
I saw him as soon as the team came into the bench. He was trying to pump up the rest of the bench to try to catch up here, play with a little pride as they're down by 12. Buenafe against Deng. That's our matchup. Buenafe sneaks one in. And he's asking and begging for a foul. 42-30 once again as we check in with Ina Ongsiako.
Well, earlier in the halftime dugout, Coach Juno Soler asked the boys to get back on defense, and though he liked their intention on offense, like Thomas Torres' aggressiveness during the first half of the game, they can't afford to foul so much. He said that they've been going all on one-on-one when that is not their game. We're good at when we play as a team, Coach said. We need to share the ball and trust each other, and that's the only way you can take Ateneo. Boom.
Thank you very much, Ina. Samsung Smart TV courtside update, the most advanced Samsung TV experience ever. Ito naman tignan natin ang PS Bank. Maasahan assist kay Luigi De La Paz. Simple lang mag-ipon sa PS Bank. Open a savings account now. 42-32 is our score. Golia from afar. Torres goes to his right. Sets up Van Opstal. Puts it up. Not in, though. Oh, they get it back.
Golia thought there was a foul called. He stopped from that play.
De La Paz again. No. Vosotros puts it up and in. Down to 8.
Well, in the first half, they did have 7 offensive rebounds, but they only had 2 points in terms of second chance points.
8-minute mark. Golia to the cutting Pesumal, broken up, and it will be LaSalle possession as Nico Elorte will come in for Wami Johnson. Quick substitution by Coach Paul Perasol here. Nissan Yakisobrang move brought to you by Nissan Yakisoba. Yakisobrang sarap. I think Coach Paul wasn't happy with that tap earlier.
Not at all, yep.
Vosotros for 3. No!
Would have been big, but again, early in the shot clock.
Let's check in with Selena Dagdag this time from Ateneo.
Well, Boom DJ Coach Bo commends the performance of the Blue Eagles during the first half, and now he tells them to focus on the second half in order that they may proliferate the lead. Right now, Coach is very happy about how the Blue Eagles are able to contain LaSalle's big 3, namely Opstal, Perkins, and Torres through their rebounds. Now, all Coach Bo demands from the boys is to speed up their play, execution, and their tempo. Boom and TJ.
Thank you very much, Selena, for a Samsung Smart TV courtside update. The most advanced Samsung TV experience ever. De La Paz drawing a foul from Newsom.
Nice,
and he's fired up.
Yep. He's leading the team in terms of energy and aggressiveness here in the second half.
Celebrate great times with Yellow Cab. Delivery hotline 789-9999. Great times, great pizza. Luigi De La Paz. Yes, look at that. And our McDonald's Instant Slow-Mo. Spice up your day with the new McSpicy. He's only... He hasn't gone to the line. And he misses the free throw.
Well, he's got a tough assignment on the other end.
Has only played 1 game so far.
He's playing defense against Newsom. And that last play where Newsom scored, it was the first time that they adjusted. They're putting Newsom at the post now. In the first half, he kept attacking from the top of the key and drove by and had 5 layups. Now, with a smaller guy on him, they're trying to match up with his speed. But let's see if he continues to attack with his size.
What a move.
Look at this.
And an early offense. Chris Newsom finding Von Pesumal. The lead is back to 12, 46-34. Join the break movement. Have a break. Have a Kit Kat. Celebrate great times with Yellow Cab. Delivery hotline 789-9999. Great times, great pizza. You know, Chris Newsom with 20 points, TJ. The starters of LaSalle, 23 points.
Combined.
Newsom already has 20 as we look at a perfect combination. True Foods Tender Juicy Chicken Cheese Hot Dog. The assist from Newsom to Von Pesumal, and Thomas Torres begging for a foul, non-called in that sequence.
But that's the second time a point guard for LaSalle has taken an early, ill-advised attempt. Earlier it was Vosotros, now it's Torres. So you look at the composure here of the guards who should be the ones controlling the pace and controlling the tempo for LaSalle.
Jerwin Kako and Mac Cardona not happy about the developments here. Jai Reyes on your screens from the other side. And a foul called on an Ateneo. biggest lead again was 14 earlier. As you look at this Haynes Comfort team in action. Haynes, America's leading underwear brand. Ateneo in command by 12 so far. Buenafe trying to check Teng, and he will go to the line for 2 free throws.
Well, Teng is so good at that, fishing the foul. Even though he won't get a clean shot at the basket, he'll force his arms through the arms of his defender just to draw the contact on the attempt.
Golia will go to the bench for Poyera. Jeron Teng back at the line. He is a 40% shooter this season. The lead still at 12, and it stays there for LaSalle. .6:25 to play. Pesumal against Vosotros. Pesumal finds a crease. Unable to finish as Van Opsel comes away with a rebound. LaSalle today 5 of 11 from the free throw line. De La Paz off the bench, no. Converted on 2 jump shots earlier. Nowhere to go for Vosotros.
Another wild drive, and the guards of LaSalle nowhere to go.
Newsom, Eram na libre.
You know, Newsom is showing a lot of versatility, not just in the way he scores, but also his ability to pass and find the open teammates. That's his second assist here in the third quarter. Earlier, he had that nice backdoor play to Juan Pesumal.
No L.A. Revilla for De La Salle. No Kiefer Ravena for Ateneo. 5:33 to play. Fubu fearless shot by Poyera for us, by us, Fubu International.
And for a while, Boom, they did not have Norbert Torres and Perkins on the floor at the same time. These are the 2 guys who did a lot of damage in their win against UP in the paint. Here's a big 3 that they badly needed.
Stop the bleeding. It is Elorde, Buenafe, Newsom, Eram, and Pesumal. Buenafe will try to answer. Misses everything. Look at our Great Taste White Great 3. Our coffee is white. Great Taste White. Among vosotros.
Nahawa dun si Ryan Buenafe sa mga ill-advised shots that we've seen here from some guys in the second half.
De La Paz will try again. No. This is last 3.
With the
Perkins diving.
He kept that alive.
AVO. Back to Perkins.
Boom.
Perkins is fouled.
But you like the aggressiveness of Perkins right off the bench. Hold off the bench. Right on the floor. Diving for the loose ball. Keeping that possession alive. And he eventually gets the shot attempt and picks up the foul.
Donald Simpson slow-mo. Spice up your day with a new McSpicy.
Perkins, Boom, and Norbert Torres in their win against UP combined for 34 points. And a lot of those points were in the paint. I mean, granting Perkins does have a mid-range shot to rely on. But, you know, if you're LaSalle right now, you're grasping for some rhythm offensively. You want to, you know, go down to the well. You know, set up your bigs, set up Torres, set up Perkins in the paint. It can't all be penetrations from their guards or from Jeron Teng.
You saw the guys who are missing today earlier, L.A. and Kiefer. Buenafe against Perkins with 11 to shoot. Buenafe. Turnover. Vosotros against Pesumal. Vosotros puts it up and in.
What a quick fake.
Lead down to 7 at the 4:29 mark. LaSalle making a chase here. Join the break movement. Have a break. Have a Kit Kat. We're back here at the Mall of Asia Arena for a Master winning move from Amon Vosotros. Lose the oil, win the game with Master. Put your game face on Vosotros. 12 points, 5 rebounds for him. A live Supreme trivia brought to you by Lucky Me Supreme. For the UAAP season, Jeron Teng does conditioning, weights, and plyometrics. Hindi naman siguro halata ang konti doon sa katawan.
Sa katawan niya. No? Uh-oh. Newsom in trouble here. And I caught the ball. I don't know who to give it to. But great defense there by LaSalle. And you don't want to leave Newsom all alone in the backcourt with some aggressive defense by a smaller, quicker Luigi De La Paz.
Do more play of the game brought to you by Rexona. It won't let you down.
There you go. That's what they've been missing. The quick seal in the paint and the post-entry pass. It can't be just all Teng driving and the guards driving because it makes the offense of LaSalle too predictable.
Yep. And AVO on the line. Had 11 attempts so far. Sorry, 13. Make that 14. 14 attempts. Eight of 14 so far. Make that 9 of 15.
All of a sudden, it's a 5-point game, boom. Ateneo's only scored 8 points this quarter compared to LaSalle's 15.
Earlier, by the way, you saw the lineup on the floor. Hanes, America's leading underwear brand, on Hanes on the floor. A foul on Thomas Christopher Torres.
I asked him earlier what's his nickname. Kasi ako Thomas din ako eh. Pinaiklian ng parents ko, ginawang TJ. Sabi niyo, sir, Thomas lang talaga. Kasi nga Thomas Christopher ang kanyang full name. Alright. So I get it.
Newsom against De La Paz. Newsom almost carried that ball. As Buenafe tries to bully his way and a foul is called. And
Perkins doesn't like it. He's claiming that, or he's complaining about the hook of Buenafe. And what's even worse is that's Perkins' fourth.
Yun ang
fouling lang pala. Yun ang napapansin yun.
Donaldson's in slow-mo. Spice up the day with the new McSpicy. Buenafe will attack Perkins. Set up to Poyeram. Puts it up and in. 6 points for him. Back to a 7-point lead. 3:44 remaining.
Assist number 4 for Ryan Buenafe.
Perkins, better be careful. Puts it up and in with a 3-point play opportunity.
That's what they gotta do. Get their big guys. Let them work inside.
Buenafe wanted an offensive foul, non-given. On a wishy, oh wow moment of the game. Open up to everyday surprises. He goes back left.
Hindi bumenta yung flop dun ni Ryan Buenafe.
So he goes to the line.
What a run here by LaSalle, huh?
From Shakopee High School in Minnesota. His mom from Pangasinan originally. For those wondering what his
so you know,
Filipino roots
Some people are asking, is he a foreigner or a Phil-Am?
Ang mami niya, ang mami niya ang taga Pangasinan. Tubong Pangasinan. Johnson is back. Newsom goes to his right, stopped by De La Paz. Buenafe thought about the 3 with 11 seconds on the shot clock. Buenafe, nowhere to go. Babilonia from the elbow, misses everything. And ABO had something to say to him.
A wrestling match with that positioning there between Buenafe and Teng.
And now it's getting a little chippy at the 3:15 mark, and that 14-point lead is down to 4. 50-46. Kit Kat's best break. Join the break movement. Have a break. Have a Kit Kat.
And it's really been the defense of LaSalle forcing 4 turnovers in this quarter alone. On Ateneo, because Ateneo is shooting 56% from the field still in this quarter. But it's their turnovers that's hurting them.
Teng, hesitation move. Draws the foul and will shoot free throws. Where he is 0 out of 3, if I'm not mistaken, TJ.
So far today, Teng is 0 for 3 from the free throw line. In his first game, he was 0 for 3. Against UP, he was 2 for 2. But today, his most free throws so far in the game at 0 for 3. Now, going for 2 more attempts.
It's got to be tough thinking about these free throws. And this is just a 4-point lead. So they're getting more valuable by the second. That's 5 misses by Teng today.
Ouch. And that's been his Waterloo.
LaSalle is 10 out of 18 all in all. Yep. All in all. And this is only a 4-point lead.
And 5 of those misses, out of those 8 misses, have come from Teng.
Elorde for 3. No. And it will stay with Ateneo as Buenafe and Teng went for the rebound. Elorde pops out. Fresh shot clock for Ateneo. Newsom asking for it against De La Paz. Newsom sets up Buenafe for another 3. Short. Good contest from Jeron Teng.
1 out of 5 from 3-point territory for Buenafe today.
Oh, what a move!
Oh, look at that. Look at
Thomas
that.
Torres. Crossover and then goes to the other side. Turnover for Ateneo. This lead is down to 2. Torres to Vosotros, and we are tied.
Wow.
It is only the 3rd deadlock of the game. 50 all at the 2:05 mark of the 3rd.
And Coach Bo waiting this out. He's not going to call a timeout. He knows that in less than 2 minutes, it's going to be a quarter break.
Buenafe out to Wami. Chongson. Chongson underneath.
What a
Top
move.
shot.
With the Pectus. Getting that reverse layup to go.
DLSU has outscored Ateneo in this quarter, TJ, 22-12. Scrambled for the loose ball. And it ends up...
That should be a foul on Newsom. Was falling on top.
Oh, Newsom with a major tumble. He had his feet swept underneath him. Of course, unintentionally, that was because of the momentum.
Everybody diving in the floor. And he's cramping up a bit here. There's Wambi Chongson helping him out.
Celebrate great times with Yellow Cab. Delivery hotline 789-9999. Great times, great pizza, crossover. And then look at that step in by Thomas Torres to bring it to within 2. And then Vosotros tying it at 50 all. Then Wami Chongson answering with an under goal stab.
So the two guys who at the start of this 3rd quarter were playing a little bit out of control have toned down and played smarter and more effectively. Torres and Vosotros have helped out.
Ito yung
Look
sinasabi
what
ko.
happened here when
Got
you go
swept underneath.
Yun, oo.
Unintentionally.
Wow,
Flying
hard
out.
still. Ouch. And then knee to knee.
Then
Pagkaan pa yung mga tuhod nila ni De La Paz.
everybody scrambling for that ball like it was the last possession, TJ.
And he's wearing those protective knee braces, yung may padding na. So, thankfully for him, nakatulong yung ganyan.
25 minutes for him. 9 out of 10 from the field with 20 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists for that man. Coach Bo Perasol will sit him down first. Coach Sandy Arispacochaga right beside him earlier, as you saw in our McDonald's instant slow-mo. Spice of your day with the new McSpicy. So now, free throws again. And Jeron Teng missed 2 a while ago. It is Vosotros' turn. And there's a little bit of a confusion.
Coach Bo explaining to the refs that he says he subbed out Newsom, but I don't see a sub in. There's only 4 guys on the floor, if not for Newsom on the floor. The whole Ateneo coaching staff on at the half court trying to explain to the officials and to the official on the court.
It's team manager Paulo Trillo, Coach Gabby Severino also.
And the coaching staff just telling the referee, can you please talk to the table officials because they know what transpired in the attempt to substitute. And there they go. They're working it out.
And Von Pesumal comes back in.
Here's the thing. When I saw Newsom step out, the first thing I looked at on Ateneo's side is Buenafe on the floor. He's not. So no Buenafe, no Newsom. A minute 30 to go. Momentum with LaSalle. This is a critical stage of the ball game for Coach Bo to pull out his top 2 scorers of this game right now. Where is the offense of Ateneo going to come from? Pressure is on Chongson.
Oh! De La Paz misses everything on that free throw.
Must have been hurt by that collision. I mean, he shot well. He hit those 2 jumpers to start the 3rd quarter.
Creative.
That's cool. The high-tech cheering. I like
Creative way of cheering for your school. De La Paz. Second free throw is good. Good enough. to be within one. 22. It's a 23-12 quarter so far for LaSalle. Lorde launches a three, short, and it will be Ateneo ball. I thought it was off Tolentino,
Looked
actually.
like off Tolentino.
And
He's kind of trying to walk away as well, saying, I didn't touch it. The other ref,
Anthony Roque correcting the call. Coach Juno Soler looking for his second win this season. Nosotros to Van Opstel, puts it up and in, and the foul, and the lead shifts to LaSalle. Only our third lead change of the game.
nice pick and roll, and it's a smaller lineup for Ateneo. If Golia is involved in the pick and roll, Van Opstel has an easy lane to drive because there's no bigger guy to play help defense on his drive because Golia was the one who had to come out to the ball handler.
Yakisobrang move brought to you by Nissan Yakisoba. Yakisobrang sarap. Torres giving him the acknowledgement, the affirmation from the bench, and he completes the three-point play opportunity. How about Van Opstel today? 12 points off the bench.
And a very, very strong third quarter here for Van Opstel. Actually, second quarter and third quarter.
Ateneo nangangapa sa puntos dito sa third quarter. And they lose it. And a tap from LaSalle. 10 seconds on the shot clock.
It's tough. It's tough to not have Newsom and Buenafe on the floor at the same time.
You're right.
Especially with the way Wami has not yet been really taking control and creative in terms of creating shots for his teammates or for himself. There he is.
We're tied. You know, that lead of LaSalle was the first time since 4:18 of the first quarter. Torres nagmamadali, kumuha na naman, sumugit na naman ng foul. Etong si Thomas Torres. So free throws again. Fifth personal foul on Poy Era. So he's out.
He's gone. And he just came back in. He just came back in to sub Golia. Now he's out.
Thomas Torres is the Dumar player of the game. That was AVO, brought to you by Rexona. It won't let you down. Talagang fishing expedition lang ginawa ni ni Thomas Torres. Yep. Torres at the free throw line, where LaSalle is 11 of 20 right now. And Babylonia will come in for Poeram. Torres, 4 points in this game. So far this season, 75% shooter from the line, and the lead shifts back to LaSalle. That is our fourth lead change of the game. 4 ties, 4 lead changes. (56-54) now. Johnson, Dang with the show. Johnson nowhere to go, gets it back with 11 to shoot, then a pass on him. Johnson, nakawala!
Nice move. Great screen he got there from Babylonia. The patience of Johnson calling for the pick and roll again, this time the other direction, and he got away.
Oh, nakawala rin si Thomas Torres dito sa kabila. Pesumal with a block, but AVO putting it back with the foul.
That's the activity that AVO has been showing all game long. Every single minute he's been on the floor of the 22 minutes he's been here. 12 points, 7 rebounds, 5 of them offensive, and that was another offensive rebound off the block.
And he was the one who provided the screen,
Yes.
TJ, so he rolled after that screen.
Which is what you should do.
For the offensive rebound. And a productive day for him as Robert Pollock for the very first time will come in with 18.1 seconds, obviously, for defensive purposes. 58-56. And AVO, those are the numbers on your screens. 4 out of 6 from the field, and the free throws now clicking for LaSalle towards the end of this third quarter. Jaron Teng move out, AVO to the applause of the bench. So it's Pollock and Gab Reyes and Norbert Torres. Johnson with 9 to shoot against Kip Montalvo, and that's the foul that they want to give up.
They have that foul to give. Remember, go ahead.
Well, DLSU only scored 28 points in the first
the
half.
half.
Now, 31 in the third
In the
quarter
third
alone.
quarter alone. Talk about that. Wow. Well, here's one. In the last 1 minute 30, when Ateneo was up by 2, when they pulled out Newsom, it's been a 9-4 run for LaSalle. Critical stage in this game.
Chongson with a second. No. And that will do it for quarter number 3. And the man off the bench on your screens is our Jollibee champ of the quarter, Arnold Van Opstel. 14 points and 4 of 6 shooting, 7 rebounds. Big burger goodness like no other. DLSU with 31 third quarter points. 16 only for Ateneo in this third. And that's where we're at the end of 3. 59-56. We're back here at the Mall of Asia Arena. Ma'am Cory Vidanes.
That's Cory
Cory
Vidanes,
Vidanes
yep.
joining us here. Coach Nash Rochella also behind. I saw him.
Staying on.
Scouting. Yep. They won earlier against
3-0.
3-0, yep. Gonzalez, TJ Manotok for ABS-CBN Sports. A foul by Thomas Torres. Couldn't control his momentum. And Wami Chongson will visit the line.
So binalik na ni Coach Bo sabay itong si Buenafe.
Well rested,
Newsom.
huh?
Yep, well rested. They do have 3 fouls apiece, so that might be one thing that he's put into consideration to
Yes,
hold them off
obviously,
the
yeah.
last 1 minute and a half of that third quarter, especially with losing Adam already, who fouled out of the game.
Chongson's turn to miss from the free throw line. Wami Chongson, as I said, major drop in terms of his own percentages from both the 3-point area and the 2-point area. 52% last year from 3, 23 this year, 43% from 2, 20 this year. Kiefer Ravena is helpless. Simply to just watch this game as a spectator. Dang, blitz, gets away, sidesteps, gets the roll.
You can't give him that space. Maka-drive man siya from his primary defender. You have to keep the lane tight for him because he can shift away left or right with that sidestep.
They blitz Newsom this time to try to force a turnover. And 15-second shot clock para sa Ateneo. There's a little bruise on that.
Ouch. Is that blood or a
Parang may
bruise?
dugo na nga. It has been a bruising encounter. As Buenafe was begging for a foul, not given. Here comes Jeron behind the back. Jeron forces the issue. No. Wami to Buenafe. Oh, Buenafe muffs it.
Wow.
All alone.
Just could not control the leather there.
You know, Wami just gave the ball up at the right moment.
Sakto lang kasi biglang nag-gamble for the
Correct.
steal si Thomas
Correct.
Torres. Oh. Torres saw the pass coming. He wanted to jump and hedge on the pass.
He was too free for comfort.
Yep.
For Ryan Buenafe. Jaron Teng was going to be late for that contest. Nevertheless, it's still a 4-point lead for DLSU. Vosotros finds the stroke on the turnaround. Let's check in with Selena Dagdag.
What is important right now is we have the fourth quarter. So we must go hard in our ball screens and we must be strong when it comes to our rotation. These were the instructions of Coach Bo earlier in the huddle. Coach went on to telling the team what they did right in the prior quarters, saying kaya tayo lumalamang dahil agresibo tayo. Yun dapat ang gawin nyo ulit. Lastly, Coach repeatedly tells the boys to dive for the ball now before it's too late. Boom and TJ.
Thank you very much, Selena. Samsung Smart TV courtside update, the most advanced Samsung TV experience ever. This, by the way, is the biggest lead for LaSalle now, yung 63-57 kanina.
What a
6-point
swing,
lead, yep.
We started half,
The third quarter.
12-point lead for Ateneo, and then all of a sudden now, we're seeing LaSalle up by 5.
We were at 40-28 at the half as we check in now with the leading team and their reporter, Ina Ongsiako.
In the huddle earlier, Boom, Coach Juno Soler said that we can't make a run if we don't play defense. So as soon as they get off the bench, the players have to get right on defense and keep pushing. He said that he's expecting everyone to lock up defensively because we've got this last quarter to show them how good a defensive team we can be and to keep the lead. Boom.
Thank you very much, Ina. Samsung Smart TV, the most advanced Samsung TV experience ever.
A rare 3-second violation call there on Norbert Torres, camping in the paint a little too long.
4-point lead, 8 minutes to play. LaSalle Ateneo, Ateneo LaSalle down to these last 8 minutes. Buenafe sets up Newsome. Newsome trying to be crafty, draws the foul.
That's what they missed in the last minute and a half of third quarter. That creativity that Buenafe or Newsome can bring.
Let's look at a McDonald's instant slow-mo. Spice of the day with the new McSpicy. Manufacturing a shot and drawing a foul. Newsome has been quiet here in the second half. 20 points. Yeah, only 2
in the second half.
2 in the third after 18 in the first half.
One guy who's helped Ateneo stay in this even amidst this big run of LaSalle is Wami Chongson. He has 14 points today, Boom. And remember, to start the coverage, he mentioned that even though he's averaging 10 points a ball game, he's only averaging about in the mid-20s in field goal percentage. Today, he's 5 out of 10. 50% for Wami Chongson.
He's actually 20% na nga.
Exactly 20.
Well, the guards are doing well. 16 points also for Vosotros on the other side. 7 of 13 shooting. As we look at our kada code of the game, and Jack and Jill Chippy. Dapat all-out support. Yeah, all-out cheer din. Kada bonding, Chippy.
A nice balanced scoring we're seeing from both teams.
Both teams.
They have something significant from every position, from the big, from the wing, from the guards.
Torres this time swishes that one. Boyeram. Somebody told me it's his birthday today.
Yes, may nag-text, may nag-tweet nga sa atin eh.
Pero anyway, he's now on the bench permanently.
Sorry to put the pun into it, but when someone graduates, you call it happy birthday. You graduate ka na. Well, he's out of this game, folks, with 5 fouls. In case you just
look at these. Look at these boys. Fight for one ball. Pesumal, even after the whistle, doesn't want to let go. Dang, Pesumal.
Look at this.
And everybody else. And so ball will stay.
It should be a 10 Pesumal. Jump ball, but possession arrow
goes to LaSalle. 64-61.
Oh, bad pass. Thomas Torres there. Too much, too wide on that angle because Perkins wanted to seal deeper rather than come out for the ball.
It is Elorde and Chongson now. 2-point guard setup for Coach Bo. Nakakita ng puwang si Chongson. Golia. Look at the dive of Torres to try to force that one, but they're going to call a foul.
On who? On Golia. Offensive foul. 21.
He says cleared out, sabi ng referee. And that's 5.
Also,
on Frank
wala
Golia.
ng sentro ang Ateneo. They're 2 big legitimate centers. Golia and Eram have both fouled out of this game. As you take a look at
Commissioner Chito Loizaga and of course Ambassador Harry Thomas,
who showed us proudly today his mix of colors. That's a green polo with a blue undershirt, and he showed us his green socks.
Para neutral.
May effort daw siyang maging neutral colors.
So 2 big men out for Ateneo, Eram and Golia, and it will be Vince Tolentino.
So instead of bringing in Capascio, they bring in Tolentino. Either, Pilonia or Nor Capascio, they bring in Tolentino.
And Tolentino trying to challenge Torres. A foul will be called. LaSalle will retain possession.
And LaSalle is doing exactly the smartest thing right now. Hit your bigs again. Nauubusan na ng big men ng Ateneo. Now they're moonlighting with small guys as centers. And that's the 4th foul of... Was it on Tolentino?
That's Buenafe.
Oh, Buenafe.
As the almost 16,000 in attendance watching this game down to its last 7 minutes.
4 fouls on Buenafe, and they're going to Perkins to try to get that 5th or an easier basket.
Buenafe able to get the stop. Pesumal against 2. Pesumal puts it up high, yes!
That's the lucky bounce, but that was the right shot to make. If it was going to be a layup or finger roll, supalpal yun ni Torres, but that push shot got away with it.
64-63, make that 66-63.
And that open jumper for Torres was courtesy of the big screen by Perkins, erasing Wami Chongson.
Elorde challenging Torres, and they call a foul on the Bear. Obviously to his protest. Fast pace here Both Ateneo and LaSalle. Look at this. The Pesumal against 2. Evades Vosotros and then gets the shot over Norbert Torres. But what about the answer here? Torres from 16. Got him.
Sapulsa screen in the backcourt and nobody called it out. And Wami Chongson was blindsided by that nice screen by Jason Perkins.
Now Ateneo missing free throws earlier. It was Chongson. As De La Paz is getting ready to check back in here.
That's only the second miss of Ateneo in this game in the free throw line. But
Kanina,
making
kay
back-to-back.
Chongson.
So they're now 9 of 11 compared to LaSalle 16 of 26.
Blue side behind by 2. 64 for them, 66 for LaSalle. De La Paz, Vosotros, Perkins, AVO, and Teng for LaSalle. Elorde, Capasio, Chongson, Pesumal, and Tolentino for Ateneo. LaSalle, TJ, 15 offensive rebounds for them. That's an offensive foul called on Jaron Teng, but 15 offensive rebounds and 8 second chance points.
And look at this. After that foul was called on Teng, Banopsal was talking to Teng and said, I was open. I had a good seal deep inside against my man. Deep in again, no? Against Tolentino. The smaller Tolentino. Nanggigigil na si Banopsal.
Jaron Teng lowering the shoulder as Elorde misses everything. It is the bench of LaSalle, which is led by AVO, TJ, that has gotten them back here. 20 bench points.
15 from him alone.
7 for Ateneo. Vosotros to Teng, and then to AVO. Great rotation by Ateneo. 4 on the shot clock, and it's a turnover. 3 on 3 on the other end. Another turnover, back to back. Tapi ka ng bola at mapupunta sa LaSalle. As Chongson and Vosotros exchange pleasantries.
That's why Wami ran after it. I thought it was just off Teng, but he tapped it away from Teng. Kaya pala hinabul pa niya.
5:44 to play. Perkins trying to seal Capasio, but they go to the other side to De La Paz for 3. No, Perkins getting the offensive rebound.
Capasio just flew out of that play. Bopen is all up in arms, saying, where's the foul in that rebound play? But they get away with it, whether there was a foul or not. 2 points again for Perkins.
16 offensive rebounds for LaSalle as Chongson misses this one. And that's 10 second chance points off the 16 offensive rebounds.
Overall, it's a 40 to 25 lead, 42 to 25 lead on the boards for LaSalle. Wow. Remember how Ateneo lost to NU 52 to 39.
You're right.
Rebounding tally din dun.
And Perkins is out of this game, DJ, on an offensive foul. Jason Perkins, 9 points and 4 rebounds, called for the offensive foul against Win Capasio.
Sharp call there by the refs. Capasio didn't even have to fall down or try to grab the attention.
Our third casualty of the game. 2 for Ateneo, 1 for LaSalle. Eram and Golia are both out as Chongson misses everything. Pesumal cannot control the leather. The pitch to Vosotros on the other side. Vosotros thought about the 3. Waits for backup. Teng asking for it. The seal underneath.
There you go. Foul. But Vosotros had the right thing in mind. Even though his star player Teng was wanting for it and the wing for another isolation. Again, no more big guy for Ateneo. Hit Van Opsal, who's sealing off a much smaller Tolentino.
Chongson will sit. Newsom is back. 68-64. Teng with 12 to shoot against the thinner Pesumal. Fades away, puts it up and in.
They're going to keep doing that. Whether it's Teng or the bigs, they're going to keep going at the post inside. Wala nang shot blocking presence. Itong Ateneo.
Newsom tries his hand.
They gambled too early on that steal. He spun away from the steal attempt and straight to the basket. Only the second field goal of Newsom here in the second half.
You're right. 24 points all in all for Chris. Teng against Pesumal again at the 4-minute mark. And Pesumal puts 2 hands.
Now, if you're Ateneo, here comes the question. When do you just decide to double team? You cannot keep letting LaSalle beat you up on the post when you got smaller guys defending their bigger and wider guys.
Let's look at this Newsome drive. 38 inside points by Ateneo, 36 for LaSalle. And Jeron Teng is 0 of 5 from that area. First conversion. He's happy.
Listen to the cheers of the crowd.
Yeah, well, his reaction.
Relief.
Rookie of the Year. A feat that his brother Jarek has achieved too, as he misses the second for an odd 5-point lead. The father, the brother. How about Jarek this year? The mother, of course, the sister, all there. But Jarek also has been spectacular this year.
Huge year so far
for USD. Buenafe misses. 3:45 and a 5-point lead for DLSU. AVO nanggigigil kay Tolentino.
What a move! Arnold Vanopso.
Huge lift off the bench.
Remember, there was a time that he was out of the rotation. He was being challenged in terms of his focus in playing on the court and in practice, and today, huge game for AVO.
Buenafe misses the 3, and AVO comes up with a rebound and is fouled. That is his 7th rebound of the game. 17 points off the bench.
Huge game for the De La Salle Zobel Dome.
That's the perfect combination. Pure Foods tender, juicy, and chicken cheese hot dog.
Vanopso back to the free throw line. He is 7 out of 8 from the foul line today. So 7 of those points have come from the free throw line.
That's all on you, TJ.
Okay, ako bumate. Bilis mo maghugas kamay.
Wash my hands. Dahil madalas sa akin yun.
Okay, kaya nga. Sensya na.
Makes the second.
80%
but his stroke, though, is confident, TJ.
Correct.
The way he shoots it is confident. Unlike with kay Jero na parang
nag-aalangan sa follow-through.
3-minute mark. Newsome out to Johnson. Draws closer for a higher percentage shot.
It's a good look. He got a good look there.
But no second chances for Ateneo.
It's going to be tough. It's going to be far and few between here. They're already beaten up on the boards to begin with the whole game. All the more now without their bigs.
Torres, nakawala. Newsome picks it up. De La Paz. Newsome goes to the other side.
De La Paz should not have gambled on that steal. Again, second time Newsome gets a layup because his primary defender tries to steal it from behind. Just stay in front of him.
Ateneo trying to stick close to them at 6 points. They are 0-2 and in danger of going 0-3. First time since 1994. Teng goes for that familiar spin. The bunny shot doesn't work.
Big board by Tolentino. Almost an offensive rebound again by Vanopso.
Newsome against De La Paz. Newsome, triple team. Buenafe easily puts it up. And a foul will be called on AVO. Buenafe and Vosotros.
He wanted to get Vanopso off of him as soon as possible.
Parehong baste. Vosotros. Kalma lang.
Nice pass here by Newsome, recognizing he got triple teamed. There was an open teammate somewhere.
But Buenafe short arms it.
Well, there was a big 6'7" Vanopso in front of him.
Trying to get Vanopso off.
He's like, if I'm Vanopso, I'm like, dude, I don't have my feet on the floor yet. Give me a half second to get my feet on the floor.
There you go. There you go.
He only had 1 foot on the floor. So, and Ryan's like, get off of me.
And the funny thing is Vanopso's not even looking at him.
He didn't even care.
Buenafe on the line for free throws. We'll try to cut into this lead.
For a split second, naalala ko tuloy na panood ko this morning sa Balls. Yung napakagandang UFC. Congrats, by the way, sa ating kababayan. The Filipino Wrecking Machine, Mark Munoz. May replay mo rin, di ba?
Yes, may replay ang UFC. May replay din ang UAAP, lahat. On Balls, Sky Cable Channel 34 and Destiny Cable Channel 36. Buenafe is 1 out of 6 in the second half. And 2-minute mark.
Here we go, winning time.
PS Bank brings us to this point. Simple lang mag-ipon sa PS Bank. Open a savings account now. De La Paz for 3. Gets it to go!
Huge 3 by Luigi De La Paz. All his points here in the second half.
7-point lead for the guys in green. Babawi ba si Elorde? Wala. Tapik ng bola mapupunta kay Chris Newsom.
Good tap by Tolentino. Couldn't get the rebound, but he could
Newsom.
tap it. Oops.
Tap by Vosotros. A lot of time on the shot clock. Chongson, double team, loses possession, tries to retain it.
His feet were left the floor. That's the right call the refs to make, traveling there.
And now he's cramping up.
Played extended minutes so far. Wami Chongson, 27 minutes today.
Let's look at this setup job. Deng drawing, vacuum, like a vacuum sucking in that defense. And then De La Paz from the corner. 8 points, all in the second half for him. And a 7-point lead for DLSU. The almost 16,000 strong crowd here on a Sunday for Ateneo versus La Salle. Wench Chu of the DLSU Lady Spikers in attendance. Yung kanyang teammate, Gabby Maraño, who is with us also, part of OJT sa atin. Volleyball players who have joined us from the DLSU side. They're champions, of course, for season 75.
At mga fans nila, di na makahintay. Nagtatanong na, kailan ba volleyball? Kailan volleyball? Kailan nga ba? Next trimester? Next semester pa?
So November.
Whoops.
November.
Big steal by Elorde.
Elorde puts it up and in. This is not over. 77-72 is our score. And a quick timeout by La Salle. Back in a moment. Balik po tayo dito sa Mall of Asia Arena. 1 minute and 17. Jerwin Gaco, Ryan Aranya, and his team ahead by 5 with a lot of time to play. And it is in the hands of Vosotros. Another tight one that we have here for season 76. 7 on the shot clock. De La Paz from 15.
Big shot!
10 points.
All in the second half.
All in the second half.
Man. Remember, you mentioned he didn't play in the other game, di ba?
Yeah, one game played before this one. Buenafe will try his hand at a 3. That's a little bit of a deflection from De La Paz. 47 seconds.
They need to foul now for Ateneo.
La Salle is looking to break
they
six.
couldn't even foul Teng, the best guy to foul. Wala pa rin.
La Salle is looking to break a 6-game losing streak.
Coaching staff pala telling them not to foul. I don't know why.
Teng misses. Picked up by Ateneo here. Buenafe with 7-point deficit. Oh, and Torres takes it away. Torres against Newsom. Vosotros puts it up. And it is a 9. Check that. Yes, 9-point lead. 81-72. And La Salle looking, as I said, to break a 6-game losing streak to Ateneo. Suzuki, fast break of the game ang ating tignan. Brought to you by Suzuki's newest compact sedan, the Swift Desire. Suzuki, a way of life. Thomas Torres hesitates, gives it up to Vosotros. Para kay Vosotros, 18 puntos na po ang naiambag ni Amon. DJ prospects for Ateneo with 18 seconds. It looks bleak.
Very bleak, but you know, you never know with college basketball. They gotta hit 3 threes. It's a 3-possession ball game.
And our RCBC Savings Bank life-changing move, a turning point. RCBC Savings Bank's My Loans, it's life-changing. How about the big 3 from De La Paz, TJ?
That was huge. Newsom had to play some help defense on the drive of Jerick Teng because there were no other big men around for Ateneo. Hence, leaving De La Paz open from the corner. And nothing but the bottom of the net for the confident stroke for De La Paz.
All in the second half, all of his points. 28 bench points for La Salle, 9 for Ateneo.
Laking pasalamat dun from De La Paz and Van Opstal. They've both been huge from the bench.
And the fans here on your screens from the La Salle side, smelling it. And it's been a while for them.
Been a while. 6-game losing streak to Ateneo.
Ano yung sinabi mo kanina? 12 of the last 13
as well
meetings
have gone to Ateneo.
They need quick points here, talking about Ateneo. Johnson launches another three. That's short.
They're all tired. All the shots are short.
Ateneo has not made a three. They're 0 out of 9 in the second half.
In the second half.
After 3 of 8 in the first half. And obviously, free throws. And Coach Juno Soler on your screens. Oh boy, he may not show it, but I'm sure he feels good. But what about the situation of Coach Bo Perasol, 0 and 3, and it hasn't happened for Ateneo since 1994. Since they started 0 and 6.
So that eventually became an 0 and 6 start.
It did, yep.
If I'm not mistaken, with Coach Chris Calilan at the helm of Ateneo at that time.
10 seconds left in this game. Newsom, he'll go to the line to pad on some statistics, but that is the most that he can do. But what a spectacular game for Chris Newsom. But
well, the silver lining for Ateneo is they figured out how to use Newsom the best way possible. For me, even though this is only their third game, that they really realized the strengths of Newsom and how they can put him in different positions to force the mismatches. Whether it's a big guy, he can drive from the outside. If it's a small guy, he can post him up. So he's showing that kind of versatility that he can do things from inside and outside.
82-72. The score does not reflect, DJ, the kind of battle that we saw here, especially in the second half.
Throughout the game, yeah.
But LaSalle has outscored Ateneo 54-33
since halftime.
Since the 40-28 halftime score.
Wow, that's huge. You said they only had 28 points in the whole first half, and then they had 31 in the third quarter, and then adding another 23 here in the fourth quarter, and still some more points to come. Not done yet.
And what did it? I mean, to try to simplify it here in the second half for you, TJ.
I think a little bit more aggressiveness, gutsier defense, and more hustle. They won the hustle points, the hustle plays. You know, and the bench guys came up big. De La Paz came in, as you said, you saw him revving up the team coming into the third quarter. Van Opstal was huge off the bench as well. And their two guards, Vosotros and Tomas Torres, held their own. You know, even though they had some bad first shots in the third quarter, they came steady and they led this team to victory today.
Congratulations, De La Salle, the winning team, Bonchon of the game. Powered by Bonchon Chicken, Team Bonchon for the win. Coach Juno Soler will go 2-1 in this season. As you said at the top of the coverage, a win is a win. It doesn't matter.
Should not matter.
Injuries,
or players on the court.
Players on the court. And LaSalle wins this one. LaSalle did not have LA Revilla today. They break the 6-game losing streak to their rivals 82-73. We will be back to wrap this baby up. We're back here at the Mall of Asia Arena. It is 82-73. That is the final score. DLSU winning round 1 against their rivals Ateneo. We're at the Mall of Asia Arena, all captured live on Studio 23. And let's give you our Jollibee champ of the game. Big burger goodness like no other. Ano bang napili natin, TJ?
Well, our Jollibee champ of the game, Almond Vosotros, leading scorer for LaSalle. 19 big points, gutsy play again today. Doing it from all over the court, not just three-pointers today.
I was just about to say he only took 2 threes. Oh, well,
made
he made 2 threes.
Took 5.
Yes.
Half the amount that he takes normally, because he's been averaging 9.5 attempts per ball game from three-point territory so far.
And the Almond Vosotros toes his team to a 2-1 record under Coach Juno Soler. In the meantime, PS Bank maasahan player of the game. Simple lang, mag-ipon sa PS Bank, open a savings account now, and what a game for him. Van Opstal with 18 points off the bench. Those are the numbers, 8 rebounds, 2 assists.
And showing the moves today, not just the simple drop pass and dunk, which obviously his athletic ability will give him the advantage, but he showed moves today.
All right, let's also give you an update. Your Gatorade fuel duel of the game. Definitely, he's fueled for the win with Gatorade. Jeron Deng. First half, it was Ryan Buenafe, but in the second half, it was Jeron Deng. TJ.
Finishing with 13 points. He struggled in the second half.
He did.
13 points, 10 rebounds, but still he helped a big load on the rebounding end. He was big help for them beating Ateneo on the boards, 48-32 on the boards.
In the second and fourth quarter, that's where he actually did a little bit of his damage. Talking about Jaron Teng. Well, what a game. And we are joined at the press room by our winning coach, Coach Juno Soler and Arnold Van Opstal. Part of the 28 points, bench points that LaSalle came up with. Coach, first explain to us, congratulations first and foremost with the win. You were down 12 points at the half. What changed? What did you tell them? And what happened, in your opinion, in the second half?
I just told the players that we weren't executing in the first half. We weren't sharing the ball. That's why we only had a 28 output in the half, and then scored 31 in the third quarter. Told them to stop trying to do things on their own, but basically execute what we're supposed to do on offense.
Well, Coach, you did have 5 assists only at the half, and you ended up with 14 the whole game in the second half. Talk about as well the confidence that the boys had amongst each other already. I mean, Jeron only had 13 points, but he was confident to dish out that ball in crunch time as well. Talk about how you really made sure that even in crunch time, that whoever's open, when you run the play, you'll get those open shots.
Well, the players know what to do. They know their strengths. They just have to maximize their abilities. It would have been better though if we had more assists than turnovers still. We had 18 turnovers, too much also for one game. And because of that, we gave 24 turnover points, something that can't happen.
Yep. And I'm sure that's something that you're going to clean up going into your next assignment. Thank you, Coach, and congratulations. Arnold, what a game for you. What a game for guys off the bench. 28 all in all. You outscored the bench, at least outscored 28-9. Your thoughts on the game, your thoughts on the effort of the bench today.
This is the first time I actually beat Ateneo, so we came into this game, me and Norbert, thinking, come on, this is our time. You know, they've had their time. Let's make it our time this time. So we came in with a lot of intensity, and I was pretty focused coming into this game. I really wanted it, and things happened to work my way, luckily, thank God.
Well, Arnold, you mentioned the key word there, the focus. Obviously, energy is never lacking from you, but today you showed a lot more focus, and your points were not only coming off offensive rebounds or the easy dump passes where you have a dunk or layup. You had some nice post moves as well. Talk about your confidence operating in the post and going at it against the smaller or even some of the bigger guys of Ateneo as well.
Yeah, well, my teammates trusted me with the ball, and I paid them back. So I'm happy that they trusted me with the ball, and them trusting me gave me confidence, and I worked from there.
Well done. 18 points today and 10 boards are the Banopsa.
And congratulations for your first win against Ateneo, as you mentioned earlier. And congratulations, Coach Juno, the great adjustment. 54-33 is the point output in the second half against Ateneo. Congratulations, LaSalle, getting round number 1. We will leave you now with our friends from the press there in the press room. And it's got to feel good for the community also, TJ. It's not just the players, obviously, and the coach.
Remember, rewind this to 3 weeks before the start of the season. Uncertainty, drama, paranoia. What's happening to the team? You're taking out the head coach who had a great run last year, who had a great run with them in the preseason. They had a bad loss to end that tournament. And, you know, there was a lot of commotion within the emotions of the community. Head coach pulled out, new head coach, and here they are, 2-1 with a big win against our arch rivals.
All right. Let's give you an update on our Avida Hit It Home score. That's something that happens here in the venue. Take one for the team and shoot now. Join Avida's Hit It Home. And the top 3 are Adamson, UST, and Ateneo de Manila. Adamson in the lead, 6,962. That's the graph on your screens. As LaSalle wins today against Ateneo, 82-73. Speaking of Adamson, they will go up against a UE team that is feeling good about their last game against National University. That's 2 p.m. on Wednesday as we go back to Cubao, Quezon City at the Araneta Coliseum. And then after that, wala na nga tayong pinipiling laro dito. National University and UST will go at it. 2 MVP candidates, Jerick Teng, Ray Parks will go at it. Second game of our Wednesday double header. Today, FEU winning over UP for its 3rd straight win. They are 3-0 the team standings quickly. TJ, your thoughts for the UAP in general in this game?
What an exciting opening week, Boom. You mentioned earlier, just in the first 5
Playing
game
days, yes.
Playing days, so much has happened. Comeback wins, dramatic shots, injuries, controversies. This is all that you asked for. We'll make greatness on the court, make greatness all over the place here with this UAP, and it's just the first week, folks, and hang on. Fasten your seatbelts because we're in for a great ride this season.
Well, in this game, Coach Juno Soler and the rest of his boys were down 12 at the half, and then they outscore Ateneo 54-33 in the second half to win 82-73. For TJ Manotok, Ina Ongsiaco, Selena Dagdag, Direk Abed Ramos at the helm of this live and exclusive ABS-CBN Sports coverage. I'm Boom Gonzalez saying so long from the Mall of Asia Arena, and we'll see you next time for more of the UAP as we continue to broadcast in high definition.
UAAP Season 76. Greatness never ends. The following has been a special presentation of ABS-CBN Sports.